What's the story, our lad? What's the story, our? What's the story, our lad? What's the story, our? Our!
Alright, our lads.
Grand, our lad.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to What's the Story Hour. How are you getting on, Keith?
I'm back from the dead.
Back from the dead.
Ray. As you well know, I was a bit worse for wear on Saturday night.
We had a good sup on Saturday, alright.
We'll talk about it when we get to Random Pony. Anyway, Ray, who's been bowled in the break hour?
Yeah, we did a few this week.
The sun's out, that's why they're bowled.
The sun's out. I said this to you. We had a few here now. I'm going to start you off with a fella called Turd, 26 years of age, from Ashfield. I just thought this one was, again, another one of these stupidity, I suppose, is really what he got done for, to be fair.
Fuck's sake, Tarek.
Yeah.
Thought you were a fucking good lad.
But here we go. He was done for threatening and abusive behaviour, right? So basically, cops pulled him and asked him for his driver's licence, right? And his response to the request was, "Fucking driving licence, you cheeky cunt," right? So I mean, that's how this started, you know. So I mean, yeah, look, it was never gonna go. It was never really gonna go his way.
Didn't think so.
Yeah.
What the solicitor said.
Exactly. His solicitor said he didn't realise he was being followed by the Gardaí. So, I mean, what if he realised he was being followed by the Gardaí, would he have acted differently? Don't know. He said the conversation took a wrong turn and certain things were said.
Do you think?
Exactly. He was convicted anyway, and he got himself a little €150 fine there for.
That wasn't bad, considering the young lad told the guards to F off and he got 3 months in jail.
Yeah, but that's it. I move on to Ethan, 24, my Lara. He got done for stopping his car in the middle of the road, getting out of it, and shouting abuse at another man who was in a garden. So this is right. This is unbelievable, right? So this is like 12 o'clock in the day, and according to the reporter, there was plenty of phone calls down to the guards. The guards arrived, and he was standing outside his car with his mate who was in the car with him, was out the other door, and they were shouting at this lad, right? So he completely denies that there was any kind of wrongdoing going on. Completely denies this. He said he was talking to his friend, and he just happens to be a very loud person. So that's
a good one, I like it.
Oh yeah. It was pushed out now to November. Basically, he was told to.
So there'll be a part 2 then.
There'll be a part 2. He was told to keep his nose clean, and the judge said they'll think about not giving him a prison sentence or whatever. So just unbelievable. I said, just once I read it, the first thing I thought was just, like Jay sticking the head out the window and the in-betweeners. Puss wankers! Yeah, that's it.
Didn't name out for Jay now, did
it? Completely denies it. So look,
I deny it too.
We'll wait and see in November what comes of this. And I'll finish it off. As I said, geez, Frank, I could have went on all day. There was 9 or 10.
Feast of famine, right?
I'll bring ones this week, yeah. So I'll give you Adilani, 50 years old, Braymore Pastures. So basically the cops were alerted to a car trying to parallel park on the street, and stalled the engine several times and was reversing out in front of cars and all sorts, right? So the guards arrived and basically said, "We think you're under the influence," so Adilani became abusive. And so he was arrested, obviously, because of this. So obviously he was under the influence. The judge said that his record is abysmal. He's had previous for this kind of carry on, this drunk driving and all this stuff. So the judge, having none of it, got a 6-year driving ban, and basically he was sent away. So he got the 6-year ban. Yeah. But the judge said she doesn't know whether she's going to give him 240 hours community service, because he's gotten community service previously, or a 1 year jail sentence. So we have to wait for that one to come back.
He'll be still driving around,
So we do. I probably will still be driving around, but yeah. So look, geez, in fact, there was another. As I said, there was definitely another 6 or 7. There are a few.
Keaton, my next week, if you're struggling for a
that's
bit of time next week.
I said everyone's going mad now. That's the saying. A bit of good weather.
Yeah.
Got them all out. But
Today's the first day of it, really, isn't it? Let's be honest about it.
But yeah, that's the same. That's them in a nutshell. So yeah, we're on. Bit of a random pony for you.
Oh yes, it's just sweet. It's time for random pony.
Well, it's just a bit around the pony. Yeah.
And we're back with this week's random pony. Just got completely tongue-tied there, Ray. Sometimes you just lose to run yourself. Well, Ray, Rockathon was brilliant, wasn't it?
That was great.
Even though I got absolutely bamboozled.
So did I.
Oh, that's it was like being in a cage for 3 years, and then someone just lets you out and puts you in this little arena, and you're whacking out Pearl Jam songs, and it's just like, yeah. That's what I felt like.
That was brilliant.
It was
It was just that was it. It's saying the first gig I've been at and whatever. Like in 3 years.
That's phenomenal.
Brilliant.
If you get a chance to go next year, go, because it's a great day out. It's not bad to get to. It's getting the drink at the bars alright, as I probably know because I got down any of them.
Yeah.
We kept saying, we go for a few, we'll go after the next one. Yeah.
Although that burger I got was unreal.
Them chicken goose aren't undercooked. That's what I'm blaming for my downfall. Moving on to random pony. Well, Ray, we'll start off in Florida this week, over to the US. We're travelling again.
Yeah, that's like that's a hotbed of fucking mad news.
I just explain this to you, Ray.
Go on.
You get out of bed in the morning, you walk down the stairs, you're living in a big gaff, and you've got a swimming pool at your back garden. You walk out and you go, oh lovely, I'm going to jump into the pool now. So you get your gear on, jump into the pool.
Oh yeah.
About to swim, and then you look down the end of the pool, and there's an alligator in the pool. So I don't know about you, but I would just shite my pants and run into the house.
That'll put me off swimming anyway, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. But you won't caught it on the camera, and no, literally he was down the end of the pool. He just got out and then fecked off back into the Everglades.
Oh, that's fair enough.
Just
bit of common courtesy there.
Could have been down there, you know. Go, wasn't me Mick Dundee either.
Jesus Christ. Called that a knife.
Great for them. Anyway, moving on. I've been kind of asking these questions on Random Pony recently, Ray. It's kind of like, what would you do, or do you think this is good or bad?
Right.
Basically, bride and groom were getting married, and the wife wanted a small wedding.
Okay.
But the in-laws gave out absolute shite because they wanted a big wedding. So basically, they're making it about them.
Yeah.
But it's not about them. It's about the bride and groom.
Absolutely. 100%. We'll tell them fuck off.
So do you think that the family are being just dicks?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Right, that's grand. Moving on. Oh, here's one for you, Ray.
Right. See
the Bermuda Triangle are doing cruises.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and if the chip disappears, you get a refund.
How would you know if you disappeared?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. We don't fucking good to you there, would it? Anyway, going to the UK now, Ray.
Right.
And this is a takeaway boss that turned detective. Right. Basically, what happened was, right? Person ordered something over the phone.
Okay.
Rings up, says I did not receive my order. I want the refund. So the boss man says, alright, okay, that's fair enough, you didn't get your order. So he talks to the delivery driver, says, I definitely delivered it. And he goes, so he's smelling a rat here, there's something not right. So what does he do?
Was the Raj lad driving the delivery?
No, this wasn't Raj. No. This is in the UK, Raj. You're exonerated from this one. But anyway, it was a pizza and load of fries and mozzarella dippers, right? So your man says, have none of this. You know what he does?
Right.
He goes up to the gaff and goes through the bins.
And
finds the pizza box, finds the leftovers and all that. Knocks the door, there's no answer. And he rings the number and demands an apology. And the man rang over, man, fucking basically squirmed. I did it in a moment of madness. I wasn't thinking. I've learned from my lesson. Fair play to you, man.
You learn from the
Yeah,
lesson.
fair play, because that's scamming bastards, like.
And I tell you what, I got a golden walk last night. And
Did you ring up and say it was rotten?
Hey, man rocked up to me door, no can of Fanta. And I was like, no, it's not the delivery driver's fault, you know what I mean? I was like, where's the can out of that?
No.
So I said, I'll have to bring it back to you. And I felt like, well, I don't live too far away from golden walk.
I got me chips one night and missed the wheel.
Hop, skip and a jump there.
I nearly fucking rang the guards.
I was finished food by the time we came back with the can.
I couldn't eat my food that night because when they got me chips, I was like, 2 hours waiting for it to come back.
2 hours.
The tears in the eyes, man. Oh. Anyway, this is another story from the UK. This woman, she's in a lot of debt, and she's trying to cut out things to save money.
Yeah.
She hasn't wiped her arse with Jack's Valve in 3 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah. She uses cloths.
Okay.
Yeah. And they saved £700 in 3 years.
In 3 years? Ah, come on.
Yeah.
You'd save £700 a lot quicker than that. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, she can fuck off actually. Do you know what I mean? Just buy bog roll, love, will you? Fucking hell.
3 years, like fucking hell, like.
Do you know what? If you were after
You have to buy more clothes.
if you were after telling me it was going to be like $2,000 or something, she saved, they'd be like, maybe.
She'd have to buy more clothes, wouldn't you?
What are we talking like? What are we talking about?
Fabric
We're
off
talking
something.
like, what are we talking like face cloths, and then they're going into the wash then.
Like stuff like that, yeah. Like so. Oh god, I don't even know where that's supposed to go now. Actually.
I'll say nothing.
Get the Andrex out, love. Anyway, Ray, it's time for Tops of Turd hour, lad. Do you want to go first?
Tops of Turd. Yeah, I'll go first. And I'll give you the film that I watched this week. And it came in from Brendan Kiley, right? And it's called The Bubble. It's on Netflix, right?
That already sounds right.
There's a good lineup in it. Dave Duchovny's in it. What's his name? Pedro Pascal.
Oh.
Is it Pedro? Yeah, no, Pedro Pascal. He's in it. Your woman, she was in something I was watching there a while ago. You know, she's the sister, the pregnant sister in Knocked Up, or the older sister in Knocked Up. Sorry.
There's the man.
That's the one. You'd know a lot of people in it anyway, right? But anyway, the long and short of this is, right, they're all actors and they go into a COVID bubble because they've had this relatively successful kind of like Jurassic Park rip-off sort of job. What you call it? Series of films, and you know, so they're trying to cash in and they go into the COVID bubble. Bren, I'll be honest with you, I watched an hour and 7 minutes of it, and that was about an hour and 4 minutes too much. And as I said it to you, I said I reserve this rating for like the worst of the worst, but hands down, 0 out of 5. Fucking, do you know what I mean? It's a poo of epic proportions. It's just garbage. Turd, 0 out of 5. So cheers for that, Brian. Cheers. I try the other one I was watching. It came in from Penny Coin, but I happened to be watching it anyway.
Yeah.
I said just Penny was going on about it the other day, and I said I'd throw it in. I don't know if you've watched it, but Better Call Saul.
Do you know what? Believe it or not, right? I've actually started watching it.
I won't go into too much, right? We're halfway through the 6th and final season. There's a break in it for a few weeks now. It's not coming back till July. But I'm going to say, if you haven't watched it, if you've watched Breaking Bad and you haven't watched Better Call Saul, and people have probably told you, it's slow going, it's this, that or the other, do you know? What I'd say is, stick with it, Frag. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Bob Odenkirk is Saul Goodman, or this is pre Breaking Bad, so he's Jimmy McGill, and Kim Wexler's in it as well, and you know, kind of other people start popping up. Joe, Mike Ehrmantraut, He's the baldy lad from Breaking Bad. Also, it's all linked in, but it's all set prior to Breaking Bad. I won't kill or not kill. I won't ruin the kind of story and stuff. It centers around forces, obviously. Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman. He's getting his lawyer's license, solicitor's license.
Yeah.
He's making his way through, and it shows it's basically how he gets involved with, the cartels and all that sort of stuff, right? Now, there's a lot more to it than that. But I have to say, this series so far, as I said, it's the last series, has just been incredible. And I'm raging that they're doing this. As I said, there's a break to the middle of July or the end of July now. Raging. Absolutely raging, because it's fucking class, right? And again, going the opposite end of the scale. Reserving it. I judge things harshly enough. But no, absolute 5 out of 5.
Okay.
Absolute top star for anybody who hasn't watched it.
And Penny Hine gave it to you.
And Penny said it. I was like surprised considering that money heist thing that he gave me there. Last week. That was turgid.
Fair enough.
That was poor, but not Breaking Bad. Jeez, Better Call Saul, Netflix. If you haven't watched it yet, lads, class.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Oh well, on to my ones this week, Ray. I'll start off with the movie that was recommended, but it's an actual chew fest this week for me. I have recommendations from Neve and Ray. We'll start off with Ray's first, and this won't take long. Holmes and Watson on Netflix, and Will Ferrell's in it, John C. Reilly. Now they were in Step Brothers, and that was a fantastic film. But to be perfectly honest, Will Ferrell's done shite over the last long time, hasn't he? I can't really remember much good stuff he's been in. And this is definitely in that bracket. I said, right, I'll put it on. I said, look, there's always a good chance this could be funny with these two lads in it.
Yeah.
But it just goes nowhere. It's them, they're putting on the English accent and all that. And it's absolutely crap. Right. I got about 40 minutes in and I said, no, neat what? It's an absolute Kit Kat chunky. That's what it is. Fucking 9-0 out of 5. Yes. Take me know where we're going with that.
I did. Now, to be fair, I knew it was. I'd read reviews about it before, and
I knew he was looking
one of the worst films that's never made, and I was like, yeah, go on and give that to him.
Garbage. And you're moving on to the series they got from Neve. Thank you, Neve. Or Neve Simpson's what I call her now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Neve, for your selection. This is Pure Mule, and it's on the RTE Play. Now, I love Pure Mule.
Did you?
Yeah, I've seen this before. I've seen this back in I think it was mid-2000s.
Yeah.
And it's set down and awfully. It's real bogger stuff. That's why. Now, I gotta say, it's good. There's a character in it called Scobie, and he's a bit of a bowsy, He's annoying for the ladies, and he's always taking the boards off the brother of his, and they start fighting over it, and then discover that he's a virgin. And they were calling him Richard Branson. There's some good gags in it,
Yeah.
It's not like a man they're building the gaff. And because they're all lazy bastards sitting around there drinking tea. It's really like that, There's always like, it's a bit cringe, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I've seen it before. So I know what it's about, but it's a good watch. It's a little bit cringy in parts, but because it was back in the day, but it's good. It's really good. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Have you seen it before?
I've seen it before.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah, I liked it, and I liked it the first time I've seen it as well.
See, the reason I said it was because I'd watched Love Hate recently enough on the RTE player.
Yeah,
and that has aged terribly, terribly. It's I couldn't, I couldn't watch it. It was, and I remember, It was one of those. I said I loved it at the time, and I was like, that's what I was thinking. And I was like, Pure Mule. I was like, that couldn't have aged well. Couldn't have it. But
it has and it hasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still enjoyed it, so I give it a good mark. I give it a 4 out of 5. So yeah,
4 out of 5.
Yeah, no, it was still good. Charlie McKenna's in it. She's a very good actress. Who's in it is in it. Actually, he's in one of the episodes. The Grandpa Joe out of Derry Girls is in it. So there's good actors in it around. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's good. Actually, your man who was in the brother was your man now, Adam and Paul. He passed away actually. Your man in intermission. Remember your man on the video shop?
Yeah. Jesus, I forgot he died.
Yeah. But I know I really enjoyed it now. It was good. I tell you what, I am watching at the minute. That Sex Pistols thing come on last night. Pistol. It's not bad. I'll have to give it. It's on Disney Plus. Yeah.
I wouldn't. So I was never much. Wouldn't be much of a Sex Pistols.
Even if you're not a Sex Pistol fan, it's still a good watch, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's been Random Pony, and we'll move on to the main topic, our lads. And we're back with the main topic, and this week's topic is a very hot topic. Very hot topic. It's this time of the year again where you get woken up at 3 in the morning, sometimes 4 in the morning, sometimes all night. Depends where you live.
Almighty.
We're talking about seagulls.
Seagulls. That's what I said. I said we'd be talking, rats of the sky, or they just misunderstood, Frag.
Well, there's so many. It's such a divided opinion on this. Like,
it's unbelievable. I genuinely, I never thought in a million years that it'd go the way it did.
Yeah.
Especially not so much as I said, they did a few polls and bits and pieces on Instagram, but on Facebook, Jesus Christ! I mean, there's people that are passionately hate them, and then there's people who are passionately just all for them, think they're great. I couldn't have seen it going the way it did. Do you know what I mean? With all the stuff to do. There's some brilliant stuff. As I said, I was trying to just be impartial in the whole thing. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it got bizarre at some points. People started talking about dinosaurs and fucking everything.
Yeah, but we're not talking about dinosaurs tonight. We might do in the future if you want us to.
Some fella tried to say that we wiped out the dinosaurs and that's what we were going to do with the seagulls. It's like, you fucking mental, are you? There's a bleeding meteorite there, lad.
Gotta say, right, I live here now and it's great. You don't get any of the fuckers.
I wouldn't mind. What's gas is you're closer to a harbour here than you were, say, up in Dunsatna.
I know, yeah. That's mad, isn't it? That's mad.
Do you know what I mean? Even say, looking at the roofs there now. Do you know what I mean? You look at the roofs around Balbriggan, covered in seagull shit. I don't see any out there. Do you know what I mean? Well, I suppose there's
very little.
I suppose there's no chimneys there for them to be nesting on either.
Which is even better.
So that's even better again, yeah. But no, I said just Frag. I said something that's obviously it's gotten to that time of the year. I got woken up there. I said it's getting warmer. Leave the old bedroom window open a crack. 4 o'clock. The other morning, right? I looked. It woke me. I was like, "You fucking kidding me?" Looked and seen it was 4 o'clock. I was like, "Oh, no. Pulled the curtain back, lift up the blind. There was a cunt just standing on top of my car. Well, there was nothing happening. You're like, just standing on top of the car. And that was it. I came out when I was going to work then. Went to work then about 7. The whole roof of the car just covered in seagull shit. So I was like, that was this. He just stood there, just shouting and shitting his brains out, you know what I mean?
Like that's I used when I'm up in Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
I used to have the skylight window.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Little bastard, they'd be standing on it and they'd be pecking the nose off it. And you'd say, you think they're going to come through the window?
What did he be doing? What pecking for?
They're just being bollockses.
That's, I said, look, I tried to give everyone their kind of, their say on this.
I hate them. And I'll tell you why I hate them. Because the bastards attack me all the time doing the post.
That's, as a postman.
I have a few scrapes here that I'll let you know in. So I understand that people want to fucking
have them
build a house for them and all that and adopt them. That's their own business. But I hate them. I don't want to hurt them or anything, but I just hate them.
Yeah. I think where this kind of kicked off was that video that was doing the rounds there on social media and stuff of your man. Or they're fighting over a chip outside the Bracken court, and your man just obviously hadn't got the patience. Now, I wouldn't be, look, I wouldn't be calling for people to just run them over
No.
and whatever, but then I can understand this as well, why people do. Do you know what I mean? It said, at one stage, about 2 years ago, with the COVID, they kind of died off, but they're back
We're
now.
all self-isolating.
But I see now, I'd be like, at one stage, like in the summertime, I was coming out of my estate.
Yeah.
Do you know when you come out, you turn the corner out of my estate there onto, what do they call it, Quality Row, whatever the fuck that's called, that little bit. And you'd be all up on top of there, on top of fucking Dingo's house. And they'd come down. You know what I mean? Just they'd see me and that's it straight away. I was coming out in the morning. They said the sun would be splitting the stones like that, right? And I'd be going with an umbrella over my head. Just to walk by there. Yeah. That was it, like. And then fold it up, throw it into the bag, and head off for the train. Like.
To be honest with you, Ray, I never thought they were a danger. This is about when I started on Plus 15 years ago. I never thought they were a danger. Anyway, I just thought they were seagulls. I never thought they were a danger. Yeah. Until one day I was in Chapel Court. I'm not joking. You know the bungalows in Chapel Court?
Yeah.
Not just when this there showing in the letter next minute. I nearly I swear to God I was turtlenecking.
Yeah.
I was going, what the fuck was that? Seagull, he nearly took the head off me. I'm not joking. I'd say he caught me just at the top of the head. And I'm going, what the fuck? Because I never got attacked by the seagull before.
That was the start
ever
of
since
it.
that. Oh,
I'm
dreading now going to Darren Park now in a few days' time. Because what's happening is there'll be nesting, there'll be chicks on the ground. The chicks on the ground is the worst because they'll be going from Noble Ounce Gaff down to number 29 and they just fucking... I can't get him to letter some days.
Yeah.
That's been honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm going, what am I going to do? Am I going to get killed or something? Dixie O'Connor got attacked by one day in Flemington Lane the other day.
Seen
like physically attacked.
Dixie got a bad go, yeah. Seen that. But there's one now who threw it out onto Instagram and said, have you ever been attacked by them? Yes. I said, no, I've had to Now, I'm actually surprised that the numbers are as close as they are. 53% of people come back saying, they've been attacked by seagulls. 47% said no. Now, I suppose it wasn't clear on what an attack was. I'm just saying that them cunts are swooping for you at any point. That's enough for me, to be honest. But we've heard some funny stories. People have sent us in, about seagulls robbing people's food.
Oh, got a few of them.
Do you know what I mean? The way we liked it, I remember this was a couple of years ago. I was still working on the Stephen's Green. I was walking up Grafton Street one morning. A lad came out of McDonald's there at the bottom of Grafton Street. And now I don't know, Frank, are you a fan of the McDonald's breakfast?
I did it.
Big fan. I think it's great. Right?
It's not something I quite get more often, but if you said let's go on that one now, I'd eat it. No bother.
Yeah, I know. Like I wouldn't
it's nice,
all the time, but I don't know. I'd be a fan, right?
Right, fair enough.
But I seen a fella, as I said, I'm coming up, I'm just at the bottom of Grafton Street. There's a lad coming out. He's his little brown paper bag, and he's taking his McMuffin out of the bag, and you can see it, Frag. He's delighted. He's a big smile on his face. The sun is out. He's got a McMuffin. Do you know what I mean? This is a good start to the day. Do you know what I mean? It's 8:30 in the morning. You could be in the horrors, but everything's all right for John here now at the moment. Swear to God, he only got the wrapper off it. Seagull come down, Frank. Right, boom, ploughed him. Right, but this is where it got interesting. Right, was that this one just ploughed him in the back of the head. Right, so obviously, fucking the muffin and whatever flies out onto the ground. There was another 2 or 3 then, they came around the back, like scissor formation. Just came around, and that was it. And after the event, they all just grabbed a bit each then. Gone.
Yeah. See, they're getting cleverer now as well. Do you notice that over the last winter? They're actually getting more clever than they used to be.
I mean, do you know what? If they're just swooping at me, I'm not overly bothered by that. But if you took an old fucking sausage and egg and muffin off me at 8:30 in the morning, Frank, I tell you what,
I've seen it once.
There's not a man alive that would have stopped me getting them seagulls.
I've seen it happen once. I'll tell you where I've seen it before. We're over in Jersey. My sister was getting married in Paddy Gaffney.
Yeah.
Paddy went and got a roll. He was sitting down at the table.
Yeah.
Eating the next minute. So Sammy comes in, takes it off him.
El Sammy.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen. The way you just come in.
There's no messing with them, and but like the gas thing is right. People are on about this now. We go through like some of the kind of comments that we get in. A lot of people are saying it's like, we're the ones that are encroaching on their territory and all this sort of stuff. That's one thing I do not agree with that whatsoever. Right, at the end of the day, the seagulls, they're seagulls, right? They're seabirds. They would have been out catching their own fish, before, the harbour and stuff was there. Do you know what I mean? So they're pre-programmed to go and, catch their fish, do this sort of shit. But now they're scavengers. They're not seabirds anymore. They're a nuisance at this point, I would say. Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
But that's it. It's like, you can't even sit down and have a roll. Sure, I was eating a toast yesterday, not even on the coast. On the canal, down there, near Grand Canal Dock, sitting on the canal, got myself a toasty from a place called Grilla, right? Class. Chicken and stuffing with a gravy mayonnaise. Sounds rotten. It was unreal. Anyway, got this toasty, cup of coffee, and sat down on the canal frag, Again, it wasn't a bad day. Kind of the sun was peeking through. Had the headphones on, listened to a few tunes. And this lad just see me, he was just pacing up and down the footpath in front of me. And I'm watching him, and I was like, just looking at it, I dare you to have a go at this now. It's the last thing you fucking do, you little bollocks. But
people feed them all the time, though.
You see, this is the thing. But I said, another one went out. I said, have you ever had food taken by them? As in, these kind of dive bomb attacks that people are talking about. So 47% of people that come back to us have actually had the food whipped out of their hands by them. But that is another thing. It's people feeding them. That's not what are people fucking feeding them for.
My dad used to feed them all the time, and he used to come up the sheds out our back in Barrow Road. Your man used to sit on the shed every day and wait.
Yeah.
Wait for my dad to come up and all, yeah.
I used to see that.
Sure, my sister-in-law lives in Taylor Hill there, and there was one banging his beak off her window. I have a video of it.
Yeah.
The door, it's banging the beak off the window.
I'll be told to fuck off, like.
They're all
Unreal. But here's one for you now, actually, just while you were out and about on your rounds, Frank.
fucking dread sometimes, I tell you that.
Have you ever been shat on by one of them?
Oh, I'll tell you, Ray, I have. Right?
I'll throw this out here quick before you go, right? Unsurprisingly, I've been shat on by them. 84% of people that come back have been shat on by seagulls.
I was coming into work, I got out of the car one morning and was walking into the office.
Yeah.
It was like someone just dropped a shoe of shite on me. And I'm not joking, right? It was all over my face, my hair, my uniform. And I'm just going, thank God nobody's seen this. I snuck in the back and got changed. I had a spare head. Oh, man. But here's a good one for you now. Speaking of being shit on. this is absolutely...
It's a story start with. Speaking of being shit on.
This is gold there, lad, right? Myself, my man, my dad, we're coming back from my sister's one day. We're at a party down the gaff or something. I said, we go to Harvest for a drink, right? And we had a good few beers on us that day. And we were going to the Harvest for a drink.
Yeah.
And the taxi driver pulled in, right? And I was sitting on the inside, and my ma was sitting on the middle, and my dad was on the outside, right?
Yeah.
So they get out first. Next minute, my ma's fucking brown shite, right? And like I'm in bits laughing, right?
Yeah.
So we go into the Harvest, still going to the Harvest. She's in there cleaning it up, and she comes out, right? She'd feel beers, and she starts accusing my dad spilling curry on her. I'm sitting there going, this is great. He said, I didn't spill curry on you. Look at the state of me fucking... She kept going on about it, like, for the rest of the evening. Like,
yeah.
Can't believe you done that, Pat.
And there was the seagull shot all over.
I just told her a seagull shot on her. Like, and she was having none of it. As far as she was saying, Pat, put Bill Curry on it.
She was looking for a reason to have a row in there.
No, I'm not joking you. I absolutely cried laughing because them two got out of the taxi first and they got shot at and I was in the fucking... I didn't get out and on me, it was great.
can't remember years ago. I was going to school, going to the tech, and remember when you could go in on the street entrance down there, right? And I was going in there one day, and I can't remember who it was, but someone got shat on ahead of me, right? As in walking ahead of me. So I burst out laughing, thinking, oh, no way, he got shot on. Talk about instant karma, Fred. It was about 3 seconds later, this thing, like you said, it was like somebody just like you get a red sauce bottle and you give one of them. This is what it was like. It was just like all down my arm. It was all on my shoulder, down my arm, down the back of it. The amount of it was fucking ridiculous. And the person I was laughing at initially got like a little fucking, you know what I mean? Just a little splat of it, you know what I mean?
Then you got the avalanche.
And that was it. And I got the works like the full Irish, like,
nothing worse, man. It'll happen in a place where you go, oh fuck. It happened in front of loads of people or something like that.
Yeah.
I was lucky that morning that no one's seen it.
Yeah.
Thank God.
They're telling them now anyway. Well, I suppose.
Sorry, now. Couldn't go in with a big face full of shite. Go in and wash myself around. Oh, that's the lights, man.
But interesting, I suppose, like going through, but learning kind of bits about the whole seagull situation. So back last year, there was basically Balbriggan was exempted from this protected status that seagulls have in Ireland. I don't know why they have the amount of them. I don't know why they have this, protected status, but they do anyway. But Balbriggan's exempt, so you can apply. You have to have a reason for it. So you can dispose of a seagull's nest and dispose of the eggs. You can kill seagulls if you want, but obviously you have to have, due cause
or
whatever they call it, or a good car. No, actually, I will say the only thing I'd say, I near killed one last year. It's coming up Hampton Street, going towards Scaries. I'm sure just in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And Pure playing chicken with me. Little cunt. And I was like, slow down. He was moving, and I heard him. He got a little scotch, like, but I seen him in the mirror. He was all right, like, do you know what I mean? But so I was like, they're fearless bastards.
Yeah.
But so they said you can actually. There was a group put together. I seen a great picture. It's Tommy Cardiff. Jesus Christ, Tony Everett, can't hear there was 4 or 5, but they came together as this kind of like Balbriggan Community Committee with the goal of obviously getting rid of these nuisance seagulls. But I was reading some stuff today. They were saying there was a fella got it's actually the solar panels up on the roof.
Yeah.
And the seagulls caused 4 or 5 grand's worth of damage to the solar panels because they were pulling out whatever sort of coating is on them. They were pulling that off to build nests. To line their nests or whatever they're doing. They obviously seen that it was a suitable material, and they're fucking doing this. Like, I'd be for there. I mean, if that's not due cause to get them.
I used to have nests on my roof as well up in Dunsatna.
Yeah.
And you could hear the little bastards scraping off the walls and all that. And
be out there with a brush. I will say I'll name no names. I did see a certain Bar Road resident hanging out a roof before with a sweeping brush. This was before any of this was made legal. But hanging out the skylight with a fucking sweeping brush and absolutely just baiting the nest. Just eggs went flying all over the place, the whole lot, and that was it. That was how they got rid of them. It's just mad stuff, like, I was asking people about that, because it was kind of a temporary thing, but I was asking people, did you think, I suppose, the protected status that they have, or this sort of stay that was put on it just for Balbriggan. I said, should this be something that you think should be a permanent thing, and that in Balbriggan, an area where we're absolutely overrun them. Yeah. So unsurprisingly, 83% of people came back saying, it should be, this should be a permanent fixture around Balbriggan, and then 84% of people that come back think that an annual cull would be a great idea. And what would your thinking on that be? As in killing a chunk of them every year to keep them in check.
I don't know.
I'll give you a laugh now. Speaking of coals, actually, there's lads used to do every year. I was working in Bank Scotland,
Right.
on the Stephen's Green, and the building we were working in, the top floor of the building was the Canadian Embassy in Dublin. And every year, this crowd of I would just say wildlife campaigners, whatever you call them, used to turn, because in Canada they do a seal cull. So basically, lads just go out and bait lumps out of seals and kill them because there's so many of them. They have to keep them in check, you know. Which is, I'd never seen that in like the lunatics that used to turn up at that thing, and they'd be going, man, they'd be abusing the neck out of us going into work, and they'd be like, I don't work for the Canadian Embassy here, lad. I'm going in, you know what I mean? I'm going in here to do something. There'd be lads standing there. There was a lad used to, there was 3 of them, I think I seen, over the time, like 3 different protests. There's a lad used to come every time, and he used to have a telly hanging around his neck. And we're not talking like the tellies we have nowadays that are like 1.5 inches thick and way fuck all. Like, I mean, this was a big telly. Like, you have it hanging around his neck on a strap with this video playing of lads baiting seals with baseball bats and stuff. Right, it was just like,
Just a bit graphic there now. We don't condemn animal cruelty on What's the Story Hour.
no, not animal cruelty. No, not animal cruelty. But I don't know. I think, like, do you know what the gas thing is? Is that like they cull deer in the Phoenix Park, right? Nobody says anything about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, people, I mean, I don't know what it is about that's gotten people so agitated about seagulls, right?
Could you eat a seagull?
I reckon you could, huh?
Do you reckon you've ever eaten one out of 9 years?
I reckon we probably have. I'd say there's at least on one occasion, probably everybody listening has bought a bag of chicken balls, frag, and that probably hasn't been chicken. Now, I don't know what colour.
Sorry guys, my phone's ringing. I'll be back in a second. Interruptions.
That's gone. Put that out, anyway.
What are you saying there?
I'd say everybody listening at some point or another is probably eating a seagull and they're breaking down, like, you know what I mean? That's it. You got yourself now a half portion of chicken balls and 3 in 1. You know? Well, actually, in saying that, I mean, would you assume it's white meat like chicken? Would you ever know? I've never seen a seagull get cooked.
Jesus, yeah. That's a very good question. Must go on YouTube and look that up. Because I'm sure somebody out there.
Yeah. Do you know what? There probably is somebody out there eating them. So I'll go through a few of the bits and said, look, the comments and things we've gotten here. I mean, you know, unsurprisingly, we've got a few rats with wings. You know, that's fair enough. We've gotten kind of, you know, as I said, kind of, you know, passionate people. You are basically saying it's our own fault that they are the way we are. They said we don't clean up after ourselves on the beaches. Do you know what I mean? You know, people feed them intentionally, and they said, and that's what, you know, that's what saying. That's why they're as brazen as they are, because everything's, you know, fairly easy for them. You know, like that. It's like. It's a mixed bag of stuff. Like, you know, we have people saying, you know, we leave them alone, they leave us alone. But there's been people on to us saying, you know, they can't even let their dog out into the back garden because if you let the dog out the back, that's it. You know, the seagulls are going to be swooping, going to be attacking them, you know. Going out into the car to go to work in the mornings, they're getting swooped on, shit on, you know. kids can't go out and play because of them. I mean, I would say, Frank, I said, I don't know about like just killing them for no reason, but
Well, if you have a reason.
my personal opinion though is they are a nuisance at this point in Balbriggan, and something needs to happen. Like, people are going, oh, we need better bins, and we need people to, you know, be more careful with their rubbish and all this sort of stuff.
But that is well and good too. I think that
that's all well and good, but at the same time, I said, I've looked at stuff online, you know, sort of coming up to this, and I said, you know, seagulls are attacking pigeons on the street and killing them, like, and eating them. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know, lads. I think seagulls are going fucking psycho, to be honest, at this point. And said, a couple of people come on to us as well, Frag, about the seagulls, like, lifting dogs up, lifting cats up, trying to, like, fly off with them.
Yeah, that's a bit
Like,
much
that's... Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of, you're getting into fucking the realms of, what's his name? Your man that did Psycho, the film.
Christian Bale.
No, that's American Psycho. What's his name?
Jason.
The director, lad. Has got the boards. Not Stanley Kubrick. I can't think of his fucking name now. Do you know what I mean? Like these, like, psycho killer boards.
Polanski.
Let's not talk about Roman Polanski.
Oh yeah, shit.
But you know,
What's
I
that
was
out?
getting into this. I said, people talk about this now. Where you can't leave the dog out the back garden because they'll get attacked. You can't leave food out for the dogs because the seagulls lead it.
Yeah, I'm making a good case for the seagulls here.
I'm not making a good case for them at all now when I think about it. And I said I tried to be quite neutral, but as I sort of went through things, I know you're reading about the amount of people that end up in hospital every year, attacked by them and stuff like that.
Well, like I said, Dixie got attacked there only recently, so
that's it.
it's not nice.
Head split. As I said, lads, I'm sort of looking at this. I think like the jury's out in terms of sort of what, you know, what we've seen on Facebook and stuff like that. I'll push you, Frag. Right,
What?
That's it. Just a one word answer from you. What's your opinion on seagulls?
Wankers. Yeah, that's one word.
That's my own word. It is. I'm going to say I go nuisance. That's where I am now. I said I'd agree with the lads. I think this, you know, the stay on the protected status. I think Balbriggan needs that, and I think people need to actually. I think people need to know that they can. You know, if it's like one person in particular was sort of going through a whole list of things that were happening, Frag, right? And said these people need to know that, look, you can apply to the.
So not a jail, we can put them into, seagull jail.
Jail. That's the China Gardens back fucking yard. That's what that is. But no, I think people need to know now at this point that they can actually get onto the council and things like that, and there can be stuff done about them.
No, that's good
Do
to
you
know,
know what I
right?
mean? So that's.
I wouldn't know, I don't have any up here.
Honestly, so when they come out today, getting into the car to come over here, you can't see it when you look out in front of the other side of the car. You want to see the amount of fucking seagull shit on there, Frank.
Not my car.
My car.
Oh, my car is a biggie.
Unbelievable.
Let's get the hose out of that.
That's another as well. I've a pain in my hole with that. I've a pain in my hole having to clean the car. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not one of these people that's big into cars or
Make loves to their car. See, when people make love to their car, you wash it that much.
But like, you know, at the same time, you know, I don't want it covered in shit.
That's the rain. That's what the rain's for.
Rain doesn't take that off. It's like
Not
fucking
that.
tar, so it is. Fucking bastards. But yeah, lads, look, I'd say we leave it there.
Yeah.
Lads, look, again, you know what? It was a great response that we got, surprisingly. Do you know what I mean? So thanks very much for everybody who got involved, who gave their opinions. And as I said, look, you know, everyone's opinion is as valid as the next person's. You know, I'm not going to slag anyone off for fucking, you know, for their stance on the seagulls. You know, that's fair. But yeah, lads, look, thanks very much for getting involved in everything. And I'll talk to you next week anyway.
See you next week, guys. Take her easy.
Oh, what's the story, our lad? What's the story, our? What's the story, our lad? What's the story, our?
right, our lads.
Grand now, lad.